Hello and welcome.
No!
Oh. Goodbye, guys! See you next time.
See y'all. Hope you had fun. Hello, everybody. We're back. ProtoBalls talk. ProtoMet. Barry.
Tank.
Yes.
You can speak now.
And today is Friday the 13th. The most lovely day ever.
Well, actually,
where nothing bad ever happens.
Well, actually, it's Thursday the 12th. My eyes!
Today is Friday the
He
13th.
just wastes perfectly good acid.
Not if he got hurt by it.
Fair
Then that
point.
was a good use of it.
Yeah, it's Friday the 13th. You know what that means? It's another Friday the 13th film.
And today we will be taking a look at Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
Wah, wah.
Otherwise known as Friday the 13th Part 4.
I'm pretty sure the title is The Final Chapter. Also, I was kind of doing a bit of editing for the YouTube version, and the poster for this is probably one of the best.
Is that the one with the mask getting stabbed?
Yes! And the blood.
Yeah.
I like that mask so iconic they used it in the NES game. That kind of sucks if you don't know how to play it.
I was okay with it. I just couldn't beat Jason.
Oh yeah, we rented that all the time when we were kids.
Oh, the NES game?
Yeah.
It's actually a lot easier to play now than it was back then, once you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Once you figure out the camera system, you're like, oh, this is basically like Resident Evil.
The cabin's getting me headaches.
But we're not here to talk about the NES game.
Although we could.
Well, maybe in a future episode.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, hold on. Time out. You keep talking.
Okay. Today we will be instead covering, of course, the fourth Friday the 13th movie, the final chapter, in which Jason, for the third time, not the fourth, like you might expect, goes around killing people for no discernible reason.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the NES game is down the line. We're gonna have to get at least past Jason Lives to get to get.
What's that?
We're gonna have to get.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, Jason Goes to Hell. Wait,
Still not ringing any
when
bells.
did Jason Goes to Hell come out?
Whatever. Let's move on. So, turns out this
Oh,
movie isn't even set on Friday the 13th. It's set on Sunday, the 15th. Way to lie to us right in our faces, movie.
Okay, Part 7. All right. So after Part 7, we'll have to do the NES game.
Still have no idea what you're talking about.
Anyway, yeah, this is... So, fun fact, this is the fourth movie. Yeah, everybody knows it. It says Part 4 on there, right? Right, this wasn't supposed to be the end of the series, technically. Part 3 was.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Part 3 was supposed to be the original ending of the series.
Well, considering how a lot of movies were supposed to be the original endings of their series.
Yeah, but considering how well the third movie did...
Yeah, no shit.
Paramount's like...
Alright, we gotta make another one of these
We gotta make another one. We gotta make another one for the 1984 season.
So we get another slasher movie that, quite honestly, in terms of plot, just kind of leaves me wanting.
Oh.
It's got a fairly basic plot, although, to be a bit fair, I've kind of been consuming a lot of .hack, which has so much goddamn lore that maybe I'm just getting spoiled by it.
Stop it.
Yeah, that's you.
No,
Stop it.
I refuse to.
Well, I'm not telling you to stop playing .hack. Just stop.
This
Or
movie-
literally just stop telling me to stop playing .hack.
This movie has also gone through another change in the form of Jason. There has been 3 actors who have played Jason now. The one in this movie is acted by Ted White, and I actually kind of like his acting in this.
At the very least, Jason at least somewhat looks like he did in the previous movie.
Right.
Yes.
Unlike the completely shaven look that he had in the third movie compared to the second.
Yeah, that was a...
I don't know if we mentioned the actors.
I don't think we have. But to be fair, they wear masks all the time, so unless you're really into this stuff, you wouldn't really pay attention.
Right. It's just,
Kind of the same with Tokusatsu. If they do a really good job, then you pay attention to
Yeah.
who's playing who.
Well,
Like Haruo Nakajima playing Godzilla. Rest in peace.
yeah. So in the hold on, I gotta shut this off because that's
Okay.
that's the fourth movie Kill is playing right now, so I can refresh my mind. Anyway, Jason in the second movie is played by actually two people. Technically three people, but the second movie it's played by Stephen Dash and Warrington Gillette, supposedly.
I heard one of them wasn't.
One
One did more of the acting, and one did more of the stunt work.
Yeah.
Out of that.
Yeah. But, I like Part 2 and Part 3 Jason. And a little bit of Part 4 Jason. Because they all... How do I put it? They all come off as more human. Right?
So instead,
You know,
instead of Kane Hodder's work, where he's just straight
yeah,
up zombie.
like, I love Kane Hodder, but all Kane Hodder has to do is not say anything. Whereas, like, Richard Brooker...
The man's intimidating without the hockey fucking
like Richard Brooker in the third film, he's probably my favorite Jason, because he has personality. You know what I mean? That fucking a little callback to Part 3, the stroll where he starts walking down the dock. He just fucking strolls down the dock, turns, looks, and then shoots the woman in the eye. Like, he's got fucking personality, dude. And he also, like, reacts to things, and he shows frustration.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when he doesn't get the kill, he's just like.
And when he's searching for the final girl in Part 3 in the barn, and he's just like, where the fuck is she? Where is she?
Well, we do find out where she is.
Alive.
She's being taken away on a stretcher by the ambulance.
She actually shows up in this movie.
Just kind of barely.
It's a cameo, but she's there.
Yeah.
It's
So this movie picks off pretty much where the previous movie left off with
Jason's knocked out, dead.
Jason's knocked out, believed dead. The police and ambulances have arrived to investigate the scene and transport the bodies.
I believe they get to the hospital or the morgue or wherever.
They get to the hospital morgue.
Yep.
And we get to this asshole.
Oh man, fucking Axel.
Axel is like okay, Axel.
So if there's very few characters who like outright deserve to die in the Friday the 13th series.
And wanting to bang a chick in a morgue would definitely put you pretty high on that list.
I think Ted's the other one.
Oh, Teddy. Oh, definitely Teddy. Teddy is almost worse, possibly. They're more.
Yeah,
They're similar, but
I was thinking of. I think his name is Ted from Part 2, though.
Oh.
The fucking slingshot asshole.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The guy who fucking steals
The clothes.
the clothes.
Yeah.
He probably.
But this guy's just messed up. Like,
Axel-
seriously, dude?
Axel's just like.
Okay,
real cute
he's talking to the paramedics, and they're like, "It's." The paramedic says it was a pretty girl. Oh, it still is. You know,
Yeah,
you just
still
gotta.
is.
It's like, I cuts him off, sort of like, thank you.
It's like, no.
No, come on.
No necrophilia, please.
And he doesn't outright say, I'm gonna bang that chick. He's just like, yeah, it's still cute.
Yep.
Still cute, even if she's dead.
Okay. So then there's this nurse that comes in.
And she's the one he wants to bang in the morgue.
They're just watching Okay, what the hell is he watching, by the way?
He's watching aerobics.
An aerobics show, which is clearly made to get guys off.
Isn't that what they're about?
I guess so. Especially with those angles they were going for.
Boom, boom, cleavage butt, cleavage butt, cleavage butt.
I mean, legitimately, how many people have legitimately watched those kind of aerobics programs and actually were trying to follow along?
That reminds me of Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Kid, you've gotta appreciate the classics.
Yeah, my mind went to Dragon Ball 2 because Roshi does the same goddamn shit.
Oh yeah.
But at least he doesn't do it in a morgue. He has class.
He does it in the privacy of his own home. Voted most disgusting in the privacy of his own home.
But what's the point of this magazine?
Yeah. Humor.
So, he gets killed.
Yeah, Axel and the chick start fucking right next to Jason's body. Jason's body.
Axel tries to start making out with her. She gets put off by it and storms out. He gets killed by Jason, and then she gets killed in the storeroom while trying to do inventory.
And there were. And, like, this is where the first of my problems with the film starts. It's like, alright, did he just kill those two in particular, or what the fuck? Did he, like... Because Chris would have been in the hospital.
Yeah.
Chris would have been in the hospital. Did he kill Chris, or did he just, like, fucking wander off? And apparently, it's later confirmed that he only killed 2 people, as far as we know. Chris is still alive. Chris is one of the only people who manages to survive.
Yeah, the fact that he just walks out of the hospital as though we're nothing kind of irks me. But when you consider Halloween 2 and how short-staffed the hospital was that night, because nobody was really on duty, it kind of makes sense that a corpse could just get up, kill 2 people, and then walk out without anybody noticing.
I guess, but aren't there security cameras?
Well,
questions for later.
Yeah,
in the Rob Zombie version, he's just slashing everybody.
Yeah,
I
but
haven't seen that version.
Yeah, but we don't talk about the Rob Zombie version.
No, no.
I don't like it.
Well, I haven't seen it.
I
So
think
can't
it. I
form
think
an
it.
opinion.
I just think it. Rob Zombie's a good director. I just think he sort of disgraces it.
Yes, I have to agree with that, but it's...
I don't think it's a very good film. Anyway, yeah, Jason runs amok, gets up, walks out of hospital. Dead man rises, walks out of hospital. There's your headline for the newspapers.
Would they even have had security cameras at that point?
Halloween 2 did. And that came out in 82.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue the point.
Yeah.
If you say it so, I'll trust you. You have a better memory than I do, even though you completely forgot that we were going to be doing this.
The other day. And I didn't... Yeah, so what? What'd you get to do about it?
I'm going to call you out on it and then move on. So then we join up with a woman and her 2 kids and their dog. And apparently they've rented out a nearby cabin to some teenagers who are coming up.
Yep.
Also, Corey Feldman's here.
Corey Feldman's in this movie, and so is Crispin Glover.
My gosh, what a combination.
What a combo. This is why.
No, I think this would be a little bit more interesting if it was an adult,
Crispin?
Yes.
Ah.
He's still just as fucking weird now.
No, here's the thing. This came out in 84. Guess what comes out the next year that also stars Crispin Glover?
The Poseidon Adventure?
No.
I was just pulling a random movie. I don't even think he's in that.
Back to the Future comes out the next year. This is like...
How can it come out the next year when it's already in the future?
You shut your fucking whore mouth.
Acid. Diluted by water.
Yeah, this
is kind of tingly, but not really. But yeah,
this is basically like most horror films. This is an actor's first major role.
Yeah, like
before they get big. Most horror movies have that.
But I thought Corey Feldman was in the Goonies first.
Goonies came out the next year. Actually, yeah, Goonies came out the next year.
Well, what was he in it before this movie?
Gremlins.
I believe he may have been in the Gremlins first. Let me see here.
I believe so.
Okay, so Friday the 13th came out in April. Gremlins came out in June. So he was doing both movies at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then The Goonies, and then Stand By Me. Those are his 4 major films.
So this was...
his first.
This was his Johnny Depp moment.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know...
what are we talking about again? Anyway.
Oh, please, we can talk about it. It doesn't matter. For those of you who don't know, Johnny Depp was in the first Nightmare movie. The first Nightmare on Elm Street movie. He doesn't know what that is. He's never heard of it.
No, never.
Never. Most actors generally tend to get their start in schlock or porn.
Yeah, we should.
Jennifer Aniston was a leprechaun.
Yeah.
We should have called them. They should have referred to it as their Kevin Bacon moments.
Ah, yeah, their Kevin Bacon moments. Because Kevin Bacon did. Yeah.
We knew the whole thing.
Nope, we're not redoing it. Yeah, Kevin Bacon.
I don't remember what the last things I said.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon got big in Friday the 13th Part 1. And Adrienne King was going to get big, but then she had a stalker fan, and she's just like, nope, I'm quitting the business.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adrienne King sort of retired from being an actress, which I totally understand.
She still got to be a king.
She still got to be a king, yeah. And a final girl, until she died the next movie. That's besides the point.
So anyway, teenagers coming up to rent a. I think they're actually college students at the very least.
Yeah.
Or just horny teens.
I think they're specifically mentioned as being college students. I think the mom says that they're college students, if I'm remembering correctly.
All right.
But yeah, we get introduced to Corey Feldman's character, Tommy.
But yeah,
who is really good at making masks.
Apparently.
But yeah, this is as a matter. So for Crispin Glover, this is his third ever film.
After.
Nope, third ever film.
After.
In his career.
After which other two movies?
Oh. you could have used that contextually. You confused me. I was like, well, you were talking about Friday the 13th. I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyway, My Tutor and Racing to the Moon are his first two films.
Never heard of them.
Yep.
Neither have I.
Pretty much. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Then it was Teachers, The Orkley Kid, and then Back to the Future. Back to the Future was Crispin Glover's 6th ever film. And he
what was his 9th movie?
Is that 7, 8, Twister.
I forgot he was even in that fucking movie.
Well, there you go.
Howdy Cleveland.
Or the two in between. Do we know what they are?
At Close Range and River's Edge. Don't know if you've heard of them.
I've heard of them, probably never seen them.
He was Andy Warhol in The Doors.
At Close Range sounds familiar, but I would definitely be more familiar with Twister. So this guy is big in every third movie of his, apparently.
Yeah, he's not in part 2 or part 3 of it's not in part 2 at least of Back to the Future, which is weird.
But anyway, they're going up to have fun.
They're going up to drink and fuck. Pretty much. It's a horror film. That's what they're going to do.
Crispin Glover's character is lamenting having recently been dumped by his girlfriend.
And his
Lisa, was it?
Yeah.
Blowjob Betty.
And
Betty. Yeah.
Betty, okay. I was way off.
Yeah. Jimmy. His name's Jimmy. Crispin Glover's character's name is Jimmy, but we're going to call him Crispin Glover.
Because why not?
Well,
who deserves it?
Because according to his friend Ted...
Fred Ted?
his friend Ted.
Apparently, he is a dead fuck. He's a dead fuck.
Apparently, Jimmy.
I'm a dead fuck.
Which, in retrospect, is actually a hilarious thing coming from this guy.
Yeah.
But that's in retrospect, and we'll touch on that later.
Yeah,
Ted's kind of an asshole.
Oh yeah, he's okay. He's the perv of the group, definitely.
He's way too overconfident in himself.
Oh yeah, and later he kind of gets his knuckles in several different ways.
But we'll talk about that later.
Yep, it's funny.
So they go up. The one dude who looks like Zac Efron from like a certain angle. He's there too. I don't fucking know who the character is, but I swear I saw. It's like, wait, looks like Zac Efron. I know that can't be Zac Efron because he might not have even been born at this point. I don't know when he was born.
Zac Efron. High School Musical came out in like 2004. So he probably would have been 1 or 2. I don't fucking know.
Certainly not old enough to play this guy,
Nope.
who totally looks like him from a certain angle. Like, it was really uncanny.
I don't know why you're looking at this Zac Efron guy in strange angles. Should we be concerned, Lucas?
Very.
Or ProtoMet?
Yeah.
And then, like, 3 other people, including 2 girls.
Are you talking about Doug?
Maybe.
The guy... Yeah. The guy in the passenger seat on the car.
Yes.
The one
Okay,
that
yeah,
says, "We are lost."
Yeah, it's Rob.
I mean, I guess they get lost. Along the way, they pass by a hitchhiker who wants to get to Canada, and they just drive past. Although, in their defense,
Their vehicle.
where's she gonna sit?
Yeah, the vehicle was full.
It's a 6-seater, and there are 6 people in there.
My question is, what the hell is she doing all the way out there?
She probably hitchhiked.
Where is this located again?
Somewhere in Jersey.
No, not in Jersey. Where? Yeah, keep talking. I'll get back to you.
But anyway, she flips her sign around to basically fuck him off. Like, fuck you. Flips him off. Goes to eat her banana.
And she gets stabbed in the neck. She was just eating.
While squeezing her banana.
You son of a bitch! You're right. It is in New Jersey.
Holy shit!
I'm a horror
Friday
Friday the 13th fan.
Crystal Lake.
What are this week's lottery numbers?
18, 22, and 5.
Crystal Lake,
Got it.
Cunningham County, New Jersey. Fuck, man, you were right on the money on that one.
I am so glad we brought you along and let you out of your cell.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to run again this time, right?
And we'll still have the tasers, but
They're starting to become immune.
that's why we ordered some stronger ones for next time. Gotta keep things
Can
interesting.
you at least give me some ramen?
No. You will enjoy that lobster and like it.
Oh,
Anyway,
you're giving
yeah.
me lobster to try? That's better.
We have to shake it up. I mean, you had foie gras the night before and, caviar. We gotta give you something good to eat at some point.
Anyway, the crew arrives. Blah blah blah. Tommy Jarvis is
Okay.
Young Tom Savini.
yeah.
Yes, pretty much.
They're driving back. Him and his sister
Trish.
Yep. The Jarvis family. They're right next door. We already talked about them. Don't worry about that. These teenagers are a bunch of fucking
Idiots.
halibut fucking
Halibut.
halibut looking.
They're fish?
They're fish. Well, they do go skinny dipping.
Well,
Which is
And on the way to going skinny dipping, they encounter a pair of twins on bikes who decide to join them in their little swimming
and
adventure.
I'm like, where are they from? Are they from around here?
Probably.
they have definitely different accents.
Also, I have to say,
I mean, at one point, one of them decides to go home before the
Yeah.
other, so...
right,
But that-
during a storm.
That's later.
Well, she's in a bit of an emotional state.
I guess, yeah.
Mhm.
But we'll get to that later.
But
As Barry strokes his beard.
His wannabe beard.
I mean, mustache.
you idiot.
It's connected to a beard, kind of,
Barely.
usually.
Anyway,
If I didn't shave my goatee, I'd put his to shame.
So this part 3 and this movie and part 3 are the 2 movies where like Jason's the most antagonistic.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
Because in part 3 he just wanders in. Like he's nowhere near Camp Crystal Lake. He's on the lake, but he's nowhere near the camp. He just wanders into this farmstead and just kills a bunch of people because why the fuck not?
And then he ventures deeper into the countryside.
Yeah, and then he just fucking asshole, Jason.
Although, to be a bit fair, he was transported from the farm.
Right, I
Yes.
get that.
So maybe he was on his way back to his house,
Probably.
and he just encountered these country cabins.
Stab, stab, stab.
Anyway, yeah, like so like
The twins are totally into this whole skinny dipping.
Oh yes, they are. They're actually.
Aren't they the ones who actually propose it?
Yes,
I think so.
They jump in their suits and all of a sudden, their tops off and all of a sudden, and then
Crispin Glover's like, he's like, oh no, we don't have suits.
and then Teddy just looks at him. What the hell? He's like a nervous wreck.
Why is Crispin Glover like the most wholesome character in this movie? Almost the entire franchise, really.
Because he's innocent.
I mean, he's still,
Christian Glover.
promiscuous. He's still a promiscuous character, but
Yeah.
he's like the most wholesome of everybody.
I fucking love Crispin Glover's character. He's just like, I just want to have fun, guys.
It's like you don't. One moment. Wait, what the hell was that?
Did we just get copyright striked?
We better not have.
Yes.
Or I'm gonna hit you.
What were we talking about again?
Hamsters.
Right, skinny dipping.
Yeah, skinny dipping. Suddenly, along comes Tommy.
And Trish.
And the dog.
They have a dog.
Yep.
And Trish has to keep Tommy from looking at the naked ladies
Well,
she really wants to see.
because who kid doesn't?
I mean, anyone who hasn't hit puberty yet.
I guess so.
I mean, I didn't care about nudity at that point. I thought it was gross. And then puberty.
Different. It's like, boobs.
Now I'm a changed man.
Yeah, Corey Feldman.
Oh, thanks. I needed that.
Please don't ever do that again. This is supposed to be a very, very classy podcast. Thank you very much.
And that's why we're reviewing Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
This is wait, time out. This is supposed to be a classy podcast, and
Yeah.
we're reviewing luck.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Corey Feldman's around 13, 14 at this
So,
point.
yeah, puberty.
Yeah.
Puberty. There's another scene where puberty does its thing, and
That's... we could talk about that.
we don't need to talk about that.
No,
Instead,
we can talk about that. We can talk about that right now and get it out of the way.
Well,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's not that important. Later that night, he
nude scene. There you go. All right, moving on.
looked through his window and sees a girl getting undressed and decides to keep watching. And then his mom comes in. He pretends to be asleep, and she shutters the window.
Oh well.
Shame.
Not a very important scene.
It wasn't.
But that happens later in the movie, and I figured we should just talk about it now and not have to deal with it later.
So anyway, Tommy's car breaks down. Tommy and Trish's car breaks down, and
Then they encounter a knife man.
named Rob,
Rob.
who is I'm just gonna fucking go ahead and spoil it. He's the brother of one of the victims in part 2.
Yeah,
I don't even...
Kevin Bacon's girlfriend.
No, that's
part 1.
that's part 1.
Brian, I thought you were an expert in horror movies. Did the copyright strike your memory too?
Yeah. Rob Deere.
So he helps them jump their car so that they can get back. Well,
Sandra.
Sandra.
The one who gets impaled through the bed. Yeah. That's her.
Is that mid-coitus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's her.
I performed that move in the Mortal Kombat. That Friday the 13th game.
Wait, you can stab people through a bed in Mortal Kombat?
Goddamn!
Jason was
I
in
didn't
it.
even know there were people having sex in that.
Trying to think of whose character would
That's
fit the
even more
most.
controversial than it already is.
Honestly, probably Melina's. Probably Melina.
Probably.
It'd probably fit Melina the most. That's...
I haven't really been following the lore of Mortal Kombat, so I don't know.
Nobody gives a shit, anyways.
It's just fighting.
But yeah, Rob... Yeah, spoiler alert, Rob's Sandra's brother, and he's come
And
because...
that will never be important at all, ever.
Like,
No.
I don't even know why we talked about it.
No, it's not very important.
There's
So
a lot
then-
of parts in this movie
But
that's
it
not very
explains
important.
why he's there.
Right.
Apparently, they said he was
Hey!
hunting bear.
Yeah, he says he's...
No! Spoilers! It's
This-
not till later.
That's literally
Dramatic effect.
That's literally
He's hunting bears.
Yeah, that's what he says in this scene.
I will cut you with this
He
broken
says-
glass.
he
that
says-
I've already smashed you in
He
the
said,
head
anyway, ignoring ProtoMet right now, he says, oh, I'm hunting out. He's asked, oh, why are you out here? He's like, I'm hunting bears. Corey Feldman immediately puts a stop to it. He's like, you're not hunting bear.
Because apparently there's no bears around there.
There's no bear around here. And there's probably no bears in New Jersey. Just saying.
Of course. You know why? Because the Jersey Shore is there. And
Yeah,
the bear would be
exactly.
afraid.
Exactly. I'd be
I'm
afraid.
prepared to get a lot of angry comments from Jersey Shore fan bears. From Jersey.
Can I shoot those bears?
I mean, you're allowed to. I mean,
Silly
pretty sure bears don't have any rights.
Silly Lucas.
Just like aliens.
Silly Lucas. Nobody lives in New Jersey. It's a desolate wasteland. Who'd want to
Hey,
live
he's
there?
the one who suggested it.
Oh, it's a
I just said that bears live there. They're not people. And now
Anyway.
prepare to get angry comments from bears advocating for bear rights. Man, we are just knocking on all cylinders today.
What movie are we talking about now?
Candyland.
Friday the 13th, Part 4. Anyway, night starts coming, and that's when all the shenanigans happen.
The college students and the twins head back to the cabin to party, kind of, not really.
Christian Glover puts a
Christian Lover.
Did I say Christian?
It's Christian Glover.
He puts on some music and
It's more rockish.
he performs what is perhaps the most sexually charged dance ever.
Turned
And
all the girls
quite
on.
honestly, I got an erection. I mean, I'm pretty sure you did too. I mean, that was just that much sexual energy in that dance.
Fuck off.
I mean, who didn't get turned on from that dancing?
Anyway, yeah.
I'm broken.
Idiot.
No regrets. Except for getting that tattoo that says no regrets.
No,
It's one regret.
no
But
regrets.
it's okay. At least I don't have any regrets.
I've never needed any regrets. Anyway, Doug changes the music to dance with his girlfriend.
Yep.
And Jimmy's Crispin Glover. He's like, "What the fuck, dude?
like-
I was in the zone."
Yeah, you were in the zone. Making us look bad. They don't actually say that. But
And yeah, meanwhile,
me as well.
Teddy's being very creepy.
Ted's
Yeah, he's trying to get dance with a girl and she doesn't.
with one of the twins.
Yeah, it's like, you want to give Teddy a kiss?
He's got a teddy bear.
It's just like, it's like, okay. And then I think he tries to force a kiss on one of them, and then they just walk away.
Yeah.
He's very...
He tries to initiate it. He doesn't. He doesn't force himself, but he's definitely expecting to get kissed in return.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen.
No, and apparently the actor who played him was pretty much high for this entire scene.
No, I'm pretty sure that was later when he actually gets high.
Oh yeah, when he's when they're watching the little...
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, later on he finds a porno movie, a vintage one. Why are we reviewing this on this high class channel again?
Because you invited me and I'm just trashy.
So anyway,
You ruin everything. Glad to have you around. Legitimately though, you're cool.
Oh, I know.
Paul actually, I think
Paul.
Paul changes the music. Paul. Yeah, it's Paul. And then he starts dancing with one of the twins, pissing off his girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
And his girlfriend's
Kind of
like-
love triangle. So she
It's getting a
storms off.
little. It's getting a little close in here. I'm gonna go for a swim.
So she decides to go skinny dipping.
A lot of
Middle
skinny
of it.
dipping in this movie. Too well,
I mean, it's a
too.
Friday the 13th movie. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know, this is like the only film the twins are known for.
Yeah, I don't think they're apparently they were in double mint commercials. Apparently,
They were also in the A-Team once.
Once.
once for one scene probably.
I don't know. Not to deride them, no. But, pissed off girlfriend decides to go skinny dipping.
Takes her clothes off, of course.
Swims out to this raft that's like anchored a little ways offshore. And then Jason decides to stab her to death through the raft.
Just looking at Ted's bio, everything.
Do tell.
And he shows up later in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and I know exactly which character he is. So I'm like, huh. Well, it doesn't look very similar.
Probably all the makeup.
Yeah, probably all the makeup. In fact, he looks like fucking 10 years older.
Mostly the makeup. I don't know what character he's playing. There are a lot of aliens in that one.
Yeah.
He could be freaking anybody.
He's in one particular episode.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's cool.
You're more of an expert on Star Trek than me.
Then Polly starts walking. Polly.
Joan Freeman. Why have I heard that name before? Joan Freeman. Joan Freeman. Let me look what else she's on. She's that the Jarvis mom.
Ah. Oh yeah. At some point, Tommy and Trish leave the house.
Nope. That's her last film.
Mom comes home, finds that the power's out, so she wonders where everybody is, and then she goes out in the middle of the storm, and Jason happens.
Yep, pretty much. So now back over to the kids.
One of the twins is really getting intimate with Crispin Glover.
Yes.
And the other is just absolutely ignoring Teddy.
As you do.
As you do. And
they end up going upstairs, and one of the funniest parts in this movie is when they just start making out and stuff, and the bed just breaks.
The bed does just break.
Just like,
all that raw sexual energy being produced by Crispin Glover.
We get it.
He is an animal.
We get it.
We get it, Lucas. You don't need to suck the guy's dick.
I thought this was classy. Now we're talking about dick sucking.
This is your fault, Lucas. I blame you for this.
Hey, it's not my fault that he really just had to compete with Steve Christie for sexiest man.
Look, listen. We all understand how sexy Chris Christie is. Steve Christie, not Chris Christie. Fuck that guy. Flip it! That's going to be taken out of context now.
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah, we all know how sexy Chris Christie is. It'll be a picture right next to a picture of Chris Christie, the fucking governor.
I'm not gonna do that, but probably somebody will.
Somebody will, and my reputation will be marred forever. Thanks, me.
It's okay. You're already on this podcast. It's not like your career can be repaired at this point.
That's true. I mean, my streaming career is dead as it is, based on.
Yeah, you have not posted anything.
Well, gee, I wonder why.
Probably all the work.
That too.
Yeah.
That too. I was talking about something else, but anyway.
Yeah. Okay, now back to the movie.
Back to the movie. Time for the deaths, right? Yeah, time for the deaths. So, the girlfriend goes out onto the lake, which is a bad idea in the middle of the night.
Apparently at that time it was very, very cold, and they kept. I guess the shot kept getting messed up, and so she had to be in that water for hours on end. And Ted White actually had stepped in and said, this best to be the last shot," because he was feeling bad for her. And he goes, "You be Jason." The director said, "You can be Jason, I'll be the director." And Ted White threatened to quit.
Good.
Yeah.
Good on him. They got the shot, though.
Yeah, they got the shot, and the girl got hypothermia.
I love though just Jason jumping out of the water.
Oh yeah.
Just like the way he jumps is his arms outstretched, because he's gonna fucking pin this woman.
Oh yeah.
To the
raft.
To the raft, and it's so like the way he comes out, it's like a fucking zombie movie. He's just
and then all of a sudden, swing.
It stabs her through the raft.
And
at some point it starts storming. I feel I should mention that the lake scene had a lot of fog.
Yeah.
Just rolling all over the place. That was
steamy.
That was ominous.
That's why it was so cold.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, then it starts storming. The Tommy and Trish's mom get home, find the power out.
By the way, just as an aside for your story, that's not going to be the first story where people are trying to get the perfect shot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Stanley Kubrick.
Oh my God! Okay, yeah, okay.
We'll talk about
Shining.
We'll get to that when we get to it.
If we get to that.
But all I'll say is, God bless Shelley Duvall, and even she's just like, yeah, it turned out all right.
Fucking nervous.
I have no lingering long-term effects from this. Everything turned out all right.
Anyway,
okay.
So it starts storming. Tommy and Trish's mom gets home, powers out. She wanders out into the backyard, gets killed. Anyway, back at the party, Jimmy's getting some. The other twin, who's not getting any, because Teddy.
Tina and Terry.
A lot of T's in this movie.
Tits.
Tommy,
we got Tommy, Trish,
Tracy Jarvis, Ted.
That's the mom's name?
That's the mom's name.
Oh my God!
Tina, Terry, Ted.
Ted White.
Ted White. That's it. Yeah, that's about it.
Too many T's. Too many T names. Tanner.
So anyway, she decides to go home in the storm.
Well, the boyfriend.
Boyfriend storms off somewhere.
He's like, I can't do this. I gotta find my girlfriend.
Yep, and he
finds her.
He finds her dead. He tries to swim back to the dock. All of a sudden, there's a harpoon to his ding ding.
Not just a harpoon gun, and then Jason pulls the trigger. That's the worst part about it.
Yeah,
it's like he gets stabbed with the harpoon gun, and then Jason fires in the dick.
In the dick.
Yep.
Which would be fatal.
Oh yeah, he would die. He would die.
He would die.
As we all know, dicks are a man's most vital part. Once they are destroyed, so too does the man. They literally crumble to dust. Did you even take biology?
I was going to say the femoral artery is right next to the.
Well, yes.
Right next to
it is.
Science. When did they ever know?
Says the man who just quoted, "Don't you know biology?" You fucking idiot.
It's called a joke.
You're an idiot. You've contradicted yourself like 3 times, good sir. I bid you adieu. I bid you good day, sir.
We're going to cover that at some point, too.
Yeah.
So then he's dead. One of the twins decides to leave because her sister is
being kind of hoary and mean.
And so she leaves, but she doesn't get very far because then Jason.
We don't see many kills in this movie. We see a decent amount, but
this is probably the movie where there's the least amount of kills.
Yeah. Well, they happen, but they're off screen.
But at least it wouldn't have been a bloodbath like part 2 if all those cancelers stayed.
Shit. Fair point.
That would have been a fucking bloodbath. Just like 20 kids fucking killed.
Yeah,
Also, in that movie, I forgot to mention, the black guy lives in that movie.
Yeah,
he does.
He does.
He goes in parties.
The minorities all survive in that movie. It's amazing. There's the trope. The black guy dies first, and the black guy dies last in part 3.
Yeah, he does.
Isn't the first black guy to get killed in a movie in the third movie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's amazing. Well, I mean, because it's New Jersey. Who the hell wants to live in New Jersey? Only Hicks.
Wait, isn't Tromaville located in New Jersey?
I believe so.
Oh my god.
Well, you're gonna die now.
That explains it. Friday the 13th and the Toxic Avenger are all
Jason
canon.
and Toxie's faces look quite similar.
Just about, yeah. Maybe that's true.
Half-Life confirmed.
Damn it, we did it. We cracked the theory.
Now pay us, Trauma.
All right, Gabe Newell, you better pay us.
So anyway, one of the twins is dead. Nobody hears because of the storm. I think Trish goes out to meet with.
She goes home. She wants to go home.
Yeah, they go out somewhat. She and Tommy go out, and then they leave. And then,
right.
They're gonna go to a
Trish
party.
Trish goes to look for Mom. She goes to look for her mother.
Who went missing before.
She's dead. She's dead. She's killed off screen, but like we get a reaction just before she dies, which is just very
like scared face, and then next
scared face, and we're done.
Rob, he hears a noise out.
Rob Deere.
He hears a noise, goes to investigate, comes back to find his shotgun snapped in half, and his tent just a mess.
Yeah.
Then Trish goes into his tent.
That's after Bob wanders off somewhere. Trish decides to go looking for Bob. We keep calling him. Hey, Robert and Bob are the same name.
Listen, you fucker. It's called a palindrome.
I still have a third bottle. Do I need to shank a bitch?
It's called a palindrome. Alright? Bob is a palindrome. Right?
Yes, it is.
But he calls himself Rob. He does not call himself Bob.
Yeah, well, Bob is how I remember him.
His name is Robert. You would refer to him as Rob Deere.
Like,
so anyway, he wanders
like
off.
Richard and Dick.
Either that or it's Rob Dyer. I don't know.
Trish decides to go looking for him, finds his camp, finds his tent, and starts looking through his stuff.
And Rob almost kills her.
Yeah,
he slashes at his own tent to try and flush out the intruder.
What the hell are you trying to do? Trying to kill me?
He's like, what are you doing here?
What are you doing? Trying to kill me? Right, machete. Sorry. And then he finally reveals to her that he's actually come here to hunt down his sister's killer.
Dun-dun-dun.
And they figure out that the killer is Jason Voorhees, who, according to the newspaper, is dead. Except no, it's not.
Cha-cha-cha.
Also, there's like a sketch of him as a little kid.
Okay, so yeah, so this is when the kills start going.
Like they go fast.
It goes like clockwork. Let's just get them all through. All right.
So Crispin Glover goes to do some other thing.
He's gonna get some champagne.
Leaves his new lover behind.
Yeah.
She gets off.
Tina gets speared, pushed against the house wall. Let's see here. What else happens? Terry gets thrown out the window on the second floor after Crispin Glover leaves.
Well,
but she does confirm that he's not a dead fuck.
Yes.
Confirms
he's not a dead fuck.
They took validation.
He goes downstairs.
Tries to look for a corkscrew for wine.
Teddy is
high and watching porn.
Yeah, they find porn. They find like early 20th century porn.
I think this is actually the point where Tina decided to leave because
yes, that's what I said.
Because Ted was stoned off his ass.
Yes,
and he wasn't going to get any anyway. She leaves.
There's another couple.
Yeah, they're there. We'll get to them.
Yeah,
they decide to go do stuff.
Oh yeah, I forget their names.
Crispin Glover goes looking for champagne, finds it, but can't find the fancy corkscrew until Jason shows him where it is. And it's right in his hand.
This is the best kill in the
entire
movie.
I love this
kill.
And then JC butcher knives him in the face.
Wouldn't his name be JV?
Jason Voorhees.
Jason
JV.
Voorhees. Why are you calling him JC? Is he Jesus Christ now?
He comes back enough.
Nice save!
Well, he dies in the fourth. That takes place a whole year.
Cleaver.
And then there's another movie, and then there's a third movie,
what
and
are
he
you
comes
talking
back.
About?
He dies in one. Okay, he dies in one. That's one movie. He's still dead in the second one, and he comes back in the third one. He is Jesus Christ!
Oh, God! Done that way. So yeah, Crispin Glover gets a cleaver to the face, which is a pretty good effect.
Very.
I mean, they have like a fake cleaver that's already got his facial imprint cut out, so they have it resting up on it, and then when they hit action, it quickly pulls away, and then they just reverse the footage.
Yep, pretty much.
Very nicely done.
Then Teddy is the film starts flopping because it's finished.
Over and he's too stoned to really pay attention.
And he gets
stabbed through the screen.
And he gets a knife to the back of the skull,
Yep.
which is a pretty quick way to go.
Just
And now he truly is a dead fuck.
Good.
Yes.
Fuck Teddy.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
He gets his comeuppance like 3 times over.
Like, none of the girls wanted to kiss him,
Like he's just kind of laying into.
He's a butt monkey. He's the butt monkey.
There you go.
He's laying into Crispin Glover for getting dumped.
Okay, that's the thing. Crispin Glover is set up to be the butt monkey, but it's actually Ted that's the butt monkey.
That's right.
They set up Crispin Glover to be the idiot.
I'm trying to explain how he gets his comeuppance 3 times. Let me finish, okay?
Fine.
So Crispin Glover, he gets some and Teddy doesn't. Teddy can't even come close, and then he gets a knife to the back of the head. He gets his comeuppance thrice over for being such a dick. Now you may drown me out.
Alright, so Crispin Glover is set up to be the Shelley of this movie.
Yes, pretty much, yeah.
But then it's Ted who's actually the butt monkey of this film. Which is a very good aversion of expectations, because Crispin Glover, for all intents and purposes, he's just a nice guy.
Yeah, he's
a nice guy who's down on his luck and just got dumped.
Oh yeah.
And meets a nice girl.
That's willing to touch his weenie. No?
I mean, she's a slut, so
yeah, but
she was trying to go after 2 different guys.
Yeah.
So.
Neither of which were Ted.
Yeah.
Well,
So then we get to the other couple, Zac Efron and Chase Chick, who got psyched out earlier in the movie that we just simply forgot to talk about.
Yep.
So we're talking about now. Earlier in the movie, she's just kind of reading on the docks, and I think one of the twins tries to convince
no,
her.
it was the one that got stabbed on the boat.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
she tries to convince Chase Girl to join in the fun, and she's not. It's like, well, okay, but I'm just gonna dive under here and not come up until you join us. And
It's a dick scene.
Yep.
She doesn't come back up. She gets worried. She starts floating by as though she drowned. Chase Girl goes to help her, gets pulled in because it was a dick move.
That happens a lot.
But it does establish Chase Girl as being a chased girl
Yes.
Too bad she dies.
because of sex with Zac Efron. Almost.
Zac Efron 2.0.
Okay, yeah, there's a shower scene. Blah blah blah. Jason comes up. Chick leaves. Goes to the other room.
Jason,
Which is the biggest question of this entire movie. How the fuck did she not hear the glass break?
He was serenaded with singing.
I guess.
and Jason goes into the shower and kills Zac Efron through the glass.
By crushing his skull against the wall.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's dead.
That's great strength.
And then Chase Girl comes back, finds her boyfriend dead. And then Jason happens again.
Yep, and by throwing an axe through a door, I believe, and impales her in the stomach. So, okay, she had not a nudity scene in her closet because that towel stayed on very tight.
Oh yeah. Thus confirming her as Chase Girl.
Yep. And then
Trish and Rob return back to the Jarvis house.
Yeah, the chick finds her Zac Efron boyfriend, runs down the stairs, tries to get out, and then gets stabbed in the stomach through an axe. Yeah. Did we talk about that, or did we like?
We glossed over it.
Yep.
Yeah, you glossed over it. Right. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
So anyway, Trish, Rob, they return home. They still can't find Mom, so they decide to go to the cabin next door.
They tell Tommy to stay there
because they think that it's safe there. And Tommy ends up finding all of Rob's notes, particularly the sketch of young Jason. And so anyway, Trish and Rob, they're at the cabin looking around, I think
They find dead bodies, and
I
then
don't think they actually find any of the dead bodies, and
then
I don't think they actually find any of the dead bodies. They find the carnage for sure,
Yeah.
and plenty of blood, but I don't think they actually find any of the bodies.
they go down into the basement of the other one. Well, Jason kills Rob.
Rob goes down into the basement, telling Trish to stay there. Trish goes after the dog.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dog in this movie, which means that she abandons her post, which allows Jason to get down into the basement and mercilessly kill Rob with a gardening rake.
It's
Like
at
a
this
little
point.
hand rake.
It's at this point he's screaming, "Ah, he's killing me!
He's
Oh,
killing me!
Please run! Ah, run away! He's killing me!" What a fucking awful way for the character to die.
Yeah, he was like...
You set this.
They set this guy up where they could have a possible big one-on-one like fight between him and Jason,
And he gets killed.
He gets killed like a bitch.
Oh yeah, like a bitch.
He doesn't even go out a manly way like Paul in the second movie.
Oh, yeah.
No, not him.
No.
Electrocute.
Oh yeah, there.
No, Paul. From the second movie.
Oh, Paul.
The guy who actually survives. Who actually fights Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Paul. Paul. Where's
He
Paul?
actually manages to kick some ass.
Yeah, well.
He stabs Jason in the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what the fuck? Guy fucking managed to survive.
So then Trish is left, and she tries in desperation to get away from Jason, and ends up having to jump out a window and crash lands on top of the station wagon right below.
She got up.
She hits with such an impact, all the windows are blown out. It's a fantastic scene. Fantastic effect.
Then they get back into the Jarvis house, and Trish is trying to nail the doors, like, closed. And by the way, she's nailing boards into the door, not the side of the. So meaning the door would just open.
Well, I think she was trying to nail him into the door jam
Maybe.
to make it even harder to get the door open.
Could have been.
So she's not just nailing the nails through the door. They're going into something.
Then, simple enough, Jason, I believe, throws a body through the window?
Rob's body.
Rob's? And then...
Then he hunts the two remaining people in the movie and their dog. I think the dog's still alive at this point.
I think the dog went through a window.
It's possible, yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, I just did watch it yesterday, so. Or not yesterday, but
a few days ago.
a few days ago. I'm a little rusty.
No. Get some oil on that. So anyway, Jason starts chasing the Jarvis kids through the house. They barricade themselves in Tommy's room, and some stuff happens. Trish leaves Tommy to go face Jason herself or something.
Yep.
So Tommy goes to the bathroom and shaves his head.
Yep. Yeah. There's a line in this movie, early in this movie, where the mother asked him to get a haircut.
Oh, yeah. She did.
Maybe not that extreme of a haircut.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, while Jason is trying to dispatch Trish, Tommy shows back up and shouts, "Jason!" Jason turns around
As
and
Trish-
sees himself.
Then Trish swings the machete, and it knocks Jason's mask off. Very good effect, makeup for Jason's face in this.
Yeah, he looks even more grotesque than he did in the third movie.
Yes. And then he bears a swing machete to the head. He falls over. His head slides down the machete.
I'm pretty sure it was Tommy who slices him in the head, because Jason recovers from temporarily being unmasked and goes after Trish again, and Tommy picks up the machete and just hacks it into the side of Jason's head.
And then he's down, and then Tommy just
the kids have an emotional scene after this, and then Tommy notices that Jason's still moving, still twitching, and he just starts hacking at the body.
And yeah, then that's the movie.
At the hospital,
Right, yeah.
Trish asks if she can see her brother, and the doctor is like, yeah, okay, we'll have him come in. And we get a parting shot of Tommy just kind of standing in the doorway, just kind of staring off into the distance.
And then they hug, and then they just... Pretty much they're trying to build up Tommy being the next, like, Jason or something, what they were planning or something like that.
What are you talking about? This is the final chapter. Clearly they had no plans beyond this.
All right. Tommy killing Jason was really fucking cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
He goes apeshit. She's like, chop, chop, chop.
Die! Die!
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I was... Ah! Son of a...
What, you think I was gonna let you orate? I'm here to fucking kill you, Dracula! I mean, Jason Voorhees?
So is he okay, is he Dracula, Jesus, or... What is he now? Jesus?
And that was Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Because, as we all know, they never made any more movies after this. And so, as a result, next time we're going to have to figure out something else to cover. I've been hearing a bit about this, what was it, Nightmare on Elm Street series? Maybe we should check that out next time.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Alright.
Alright, ratings! Ratings for this movie.
I liked it, honestly.
Better than the third one, I'll say that. Fuck. 8. Give it an 8.
I'll give it a 7.
I'd give it a good solid 7 myself.
Like, for as kind of boring as I found a lot of the movie to be, due to, being just
It's
one
the
huge-
kills, bro. It's the kills.
The kills.
The kills really do a number on you once they start. And the movie is pretty tropey up until that point, and then you get the kills, and it's like, oh, now I'm having fun.
Mm-hmm.
What? A Friday the 13th film having tropes? Never.
Absurd. Never.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, no, it was totally tropey.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even compared to the other previous movies, it was basically pulling tropes from those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, so...
Yeah.
What was your number rating?
7.
Okay.
I gave it an 8 because maybe I don't know about you guys, but I like this. I enjoy horror way too much.
I like this movie. It's fun.
Recommendation time!
Nah, I don't got any this week.
I remembered what I was going to do last time, and that is recommend Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. So a few years ago I did a review of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and this game is the spiritual successor to that, as it takes basically the whole gigantic explorable castle from that and the later Castlevania games that the assistant director of that worked on, and also incorporates the soul mechanic from Aria and Dawn of Sorrow, which made those games absolutely great, especially Aria. And then he also incorporates some side quest elements from Order of Ecclesia, which I didn't think were that great at first, but they really worked well in this game and even that game. And it was a perfect Metroidvania experience. It was the Castlevania game that I had hoped it would be, and more. So I'm glad that I helped kickstart it.
That's fascinating.
Koji Igarashi did a fantastic job bringing back a game style that everybody wanted, and which Konami decided to shit on.
Well, that's certainly better than Mighty Number 9.
Yeah, but that wasn't Koji Igarashi.
I know it wasn't Koji.
That was Keiji Inafune.
That was Keiji Inafune. Which is my point. At least Koji Igarashi knew what he was fucking doing, because Koji's actually
I mean, I will admit that there were a few problems when it came to Bloodstained's release, but with the Switch version having a number of bugs that were even worse than the PS4 and 360 or Xbox One versions, and just the Japanese release was borked to hell, but it's still a really fantastic game. I mean, the problems revolving around its release and bugs like that pale in comparison to how absolutely fun it was. Like, I had a blast replaying it again earlier this year. It was everything I had remembered it to be. I highly recommend it if you enjoyed Metroidvania-style games. Tank?
I recommend Ultraman Orb.
Okay.
This is fantastic.
Yep, just give it a watch, people.
It's like I recommended it to him. I gave him my copy to watch, and even I'm not entirely sure what to all say about that fantastic series.
Like literally, that's all I gotta say. I can't say much. It's just.
I mean, it is an absolutely fantastic series, and I, for the life of me, can't figure out exactly what it is that makes it that way.
I enjoy the characters. I enjoy all the kaijus that show up, and just the banter between Guy and Jogi.
Juggless Juggler.
Juggless Juggler.
I'm so fucking glad they keep bringing him back.
Yeah, he's just like, just funny.
He is a great character. A good, fun anti-villain. Anti-hero.
Yes, he.
I'm not even sure how to describe him. He's a villain, but he's also so goddamn charismatic.
Oh, he's a villain for sure, but he's definitely the main. Like,
one of the highlights.
He's definitely like a best friend of the main.
Like there is some fantastic chemistry between the actors.
Yes.
They play off of each other incredibly well.
I just like how the uncle is like the father figure to the.
I love the fact that he's literally the only member of that show's defense team to actually show up in the show. Mm-hmm. Instead of focusing on a defense team like most of the Ultra shows do, it instead focuses on a small group of people who just go around trying to solve mysteries. Mm-hmm. Basically like ghost hunters or something.
Yep. Or Scooby-Doo.
I mean, to a lesser extent.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel they're more ghost hunters than Scooby-Doo, but
Mm-hmm.
they definitely go around seeking out mysteries.
Yeah, they do. Guy!
And then Guy, Ultraman Orb's human form, just has such
He's swagger. He's got swagger.
He's got swagger. He's got such a sage presence. Mm-hmm. You can tell that he's seen a lot of stuff, and he's still on his journey for whatever reasons. He is a well-traveled character. Mm-hmm. Even before this show starts.
I still need to watch that.
Oh, it's not nearly as good. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's fine, but for the record, we're talking about Ultraman Orb, the Origin Saga, which is set before the show. It was an Amazon Prime exclusive.
Okay.
So, I can honestly say it's not as good, but it does help to explain
how I have to use cards.
Help to better explore Guy and Juggless's relationship. So it's definitely worth watching. It's just expect to be somewhat underwhelmed by comparison.
Yeah, so I think we can bring this episode to an end.
Yeah, we don't have to spend a half hour talking about something completely unrelated.
That's true.
Bye!
Bye! Goodbye, everybody. This has been ProtoBalls Talk with Tank.
Woo!
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye again.